Okay, we're going to continue our video series about VXLAN, and in this video we're going to talk about VXLAN, multi-protocol, BGP, EVPN, layer 2 VNI. Now that's a very long name, and what are we trying to accomplish here? So we have first to understand what we did so far on the previous labs, and if you didn't watch, I do recommend that you take a look at those labs because we are building on top of previous videos. Okay, so initially we saw that VTAPs could be discovered dynamically instead of using state assignment or headed replication, and we use multicast to achieve that. So VTAPs, in this case leaf 1, was able to dynamically discover leaf 3. That was great. And also we deployed Anycast RP that allowed multiple spines, okay, to be running as RP on the network, and that in case one of them became unavailable, we would still have an RP available in the network. That was also great. That worked just fine. Now, from a data plane perspective, more precisely the handle hosts, we didn't improve much. And that's what we're trying to achieve with BGP or MP-BGP. You see, if we look at R5, and at initial stage, R5 doesn't know where R8 is located, doesn't know R8 IP address. If R5 wants to know R8 IP address, it is going to send a broadcast. Okay, it's going to send a broadcast on its VLAN 10, and that's going to be encapsulated on leaf 1. And leaf 1 is going to send that to the multicast address. In this case, let's suppose we are using 239.1.1.1. Now that's going to be sent to all the leaves that are part of this multicast group. In this case, this is going to be sent to leaf 3, and leaf 3 is going to receive this packet and is going to look at the VNI, the VXLAN ID that is part with this multicast address, and then it's going to look at the VLAN. Then it's going to know, okay, I have this VLAN assigned to this port, and it's going to send to R8, and R8 is going to reply, yeah, because it's on the same layer 2. And let me delete this, and then R5 will be able to talk with R8. The thing though is that we only have two, let's say 3 VTAPs on this deployment, but imagine that if we had 50 or 100 leaves. The thing is that this broadcast packet is going to be sent to all the VTAPs that are part of this multicast group, and that's just waste of resources, waste of bandwidth. Now with MP-BGP, we want this process to be optimized, so we don't want these broadcasts to be sent just all the time. Host or server wants to know, okay, how can I talk to this specific IP address? Instead, what we want to accomplish is that the leaves, they will have a database or a table locally, like saying these are the hosts that I have located in this VLAN, and then going to dynamically inform the other leaves on the network about the hosts that they have. And this is possible because when we deploy BGP, we have this concept of route reflector, where all the switches that connect to a central, let's say, router or switch, but that's going to be the route reflector server, and the other ones, in this case the leaves, will be the clients. They will inform their table, their database, saying, okay, these are the hosts that I have, and it's going to inform the route reflector, and the route reflector is going to reflect that information. It's going to send that information to all the other clients. And so in this case, if R5 is connected to leaf 1, Leaf 1 will have this information in its database. It's going to inform spine 1. Leaf 3 will also have information in its table about R8. Is going to inform spine 1. And this information is going to be dynamically shared across these leaves, so that when R5 needs to talk to R8, it is not going to follow the same broadcast process, because leaf 1, he will already know where R8 is located. So enough talking, let's see how to deploy actually this solution. So let me minimize these. And as always, we have to make sure that we have our underlay available. Okay, so let me just log in to these devices. We're just going to use leaf 1, leaf 3, and spine 1 for this scenario. And so let's begin by confirming that we have OSPF running. So the interface looks up. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Okay, we have spine leaf 1 is running. Let's just double check here. Show IP interface brief. All the interfaces are up. Now let's look at leaf 3. The interfaces are down, so I'm going to enable these. So that should be 1 1, not shut. And let me just enable login console 6, and the interface is still up. Okay, still down actually. So first I have to shut, and then no shut. Okay, I'm going to do the same here on leaf 1 login console 6, so that we can see the message every time change happens in the network. So right now the interface is up, OSPF is okay, same so JCC there. So now if we look at OSPF neighborship, we should see that both leaves are neighbors to spine 1. Okay, that's great. And let's test whether those the leaves, they can talk to each other. So source from 011, it's working. We just want to make sure that the underlay is working before we start building the overlay. Okay, so next let's enable PIM, because we need to deploy multicast on this network. So feature PIM, and okay, so now this guy is going to be the RP. I'm going to enable also on this interface, and now on interface 2 and 4 we have to enable PIM sparse mode as well. Okay, let's go to leaf 1, look back, PIM sparse mode, and the IP for RP is going to be spine 1, and we have to also enable on the interface towards spine 1. Okay, lastly leaf 3, look back 0, sparse mode, PIM RP, and I do what is 801, and now the interface IP PIM sparse mode. Okay, should see now. Let's confirm this from spine perspective. So IP PIM neighbor, and we should see, okay, 2 neighbors. Okay, that's great. Now there are other features that we have to enable. So for instance, BGP. And actually, let me just paste all of them here. Okay, so that's going to be NV overlay EVPN, and then it's going to be feature VN segment VLAN based, and feature NV overlay. Okay, so we can copy these and paste on leaf 1 and leaf 3. And now we need BGP. I missed BGP there. And also BGP on leaf 3. Here I just need NV overlay EVPN on spine 1. Okay, that's enough. And so here on spine we can start configuring our BGP, and for ASN I'll be using 64512. So start with router ID, so 01. Neighbor, actually first that's going to be L2 VPN EVPN. Let's retain route targets all. Now let's talk about the neighbors. That should be 11. Okay, 64512. And we want to update from the loopback. And the address family, we're going to send communities both standard and extended, and we're going to say that this is a route reflector client, and we're going to do the same for leaf 3. That's going to be 13, and remote AS is going to be same. We will be using IBGP, and the update source we want to talk by using our loopback interface. So EVPN send community both and route reflector client. Okay, so from a spine perspective, that's done. That's all we need. So now let's look at leaf 1. Okay, so leaf 1, we have our VLAN. We'll be using VLAN 10, and the VNID we'll be using is going to be 123.10. Okay, and if we go to interface 3, switch port mode access VLAN 10. Okay, that's where R5 is connected. Okay, next let's build our interface, VXLAN interface. Sorry, V1, no shutdown. Source will be using our loopback interface. Now the host protocol reachability, you say we'll be using BGP, and the VNI member, that's going to be 123.10, and the multicast group is going to be 239.111. Okay, so we said we're going to use BGP. So first, let's say EVPN VNI 123.10 layer 2. So we're going to use the route distinction. That's what's going to say, okay, all the MAC addresses being advertised by leaf 1 are going to be unique. So that's going to be an ID associated with the prefix announced by leaf 1. And the route target both auto is to say, okay, when we use BGP, more precisely multi-protocol BGP, the VPN table, that's this route target value is going to say, okay, this is the table that we should be using for this specific VNI. Okay, so this is done. So now let's go to BGP 64512. Okay, we'll start with the router ID. So that's going to be 011. So my neighbor is going to be 01, remote 64512. Updates using my loopback. Now the VPN address family. So send community both, and that should be enough. So we should see that the BGP peering with spine 1 should be up now. So show BGP L2 EVPN summary. Okay, we should see that it's up. State We don't see any prefix yet being advertised by leaf1, but okay. Just for now, just make sure that I have everything here. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go to leaf3 for now. And so first is the VLAN, so VLAN 10, VN segment 1, 2, 3, 10. So interface, that should be 3, switchport mode access, switchport access VLAN 10. Okay, it's up. So now my NV interface, let's enable this. Source by using loopback interface. The host protocol, that's going to be BGP. Now member VNI 123.10, and the multicast group is going to be 239.1.1.1. Okay, so we said we're going to use BGP, so EVPN VNI 123.10 layer 2 route stinch auto route and doesn't want to write, so both is going to be auto as well. And now let's go to BGP 64512, and the router ID is going to be 013, neighbor is going to be 01, remote AS 64512, update using loopback, EVPN, send community both, and that's it. Okay, hopefully we have everything that we needed. So let's look at our BGP L2 EVPN summary. Okay, so there is one prefix being advertised. Okay, so okay, and we already received the prefix from leaf1, and I can tell this is happening because this is R5 MAC address, and recall that we haven't started sending any traffic from R5 or R8 yet, and this is R8 MAC address. So this is what I've configured, and I can see that the one advertising this is leaf3. Okay, that's great. So let's confirm a couple of things here. Show NV VNI. You can see, okay, this is great for this VNI. This is multicast group. It's up. We're using control plane. Okay, now if I look at my local address table, I should see that, okay, this is R8 MAC address table, and this on this interface, and this is R5 MAC address, and I received via NV from my NV peer leaf1. Okay, so from control plane perspective, seems to be okay. Now let's test the end-to-end reachability by sending ping to from R5 to R8. Okay, so let's see, 192.168.10.8. Let's see if it's going to work, and it's working. So which means that we have our VXLAN across the fabric deployed, operational, and this time we are using BGP, more precisely multi-protocol BGP between leaf1, spine1, and leaf3. And if we look at show IP ARP table, we can see R8 MAC address also on R5 ARP table. So this is it, guys, how to deploy VXLAN MP-BGP EVPN layer 2 VNI. So if you took value from this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next one.